everybody, and welcome to a new vlog. It is 10 o'clock in the morning on July 23rd, and I have not vlogged for 20 days. I'm pretty sure the last day I vlogged was the 3rd of July. I think I'm actually going to pop in my office and set this down so I can talk to you without having my arm up. Bob is at an auction this morning. You guys know how he likes those. And I am packing for a trip and also taking it easy. So, here's a little spot to stick you guys. Yeah, so you guys, if you aren't on Instagram, you have no idea why I've been MIA. If you are on Instagram, you totally know. So I'm going to kind of try to Reader's Digest this for you, but I don't want to leave out those that would care and are not on Instagram. So on the 3rd of July, when we were celebrating with our friends, that night I got a real chill in me, and I was wearing a big heavy sweatshirt. Even some of you guys commented on Instagram, like, is it really that cold? And I was the only one that was that cold, so I didn't really understand, but I didn't feel, feverish at that point. Well, I woke up, horrible headache. You guys know I've been struggling with headaches I had been for a few weeks. And woke up and just felt off. I could tell I had a fever, had a headache. I took a couple Advil and, started to feel a little bit better. So Bob and I went downstairs and tackled the basement. I wiped everything down. We mopped the floor because Tom had finished down there. Still needs to be put back together, but everything has been cleaned at least, which is a step in the right direction. Then I came up and I just chilled the rest of the day, and my fever just wouldn't go away. Completely kept coming back. So for the next few days, I struggled with a fever between 100 and 102 and headache the whole time. And I finally, on Wednesday, my mom, for those of you that maybe don't know, she's a retired RN. She said, all right, if your fever's not gone tomorrow, you have to go in. And I don't think I even told her until Wednesday. I thought I had taken COVID tests. It wasn't that. I thought for sure maybe it was COVID that just wasn't showing up in the test, like some new strain or something. I didn't really know. So, but it wasn't coming up. I couldn't find it, doing research. Anyway, so finally talked to my mom on Wednesday. Or on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday. We thought maybe it was just a summer virus. But on Wednesday, when it was up to 102 again, she was like, you need to go in if it's not gone by tomorrow. So I made an appointment, went in, labs, sent me home, stayed overnight. I feel like if I shorten this up too much, it's not going to make sense. But I was seeing a nurse practitioner because my doctor wasn't available, of course. Well, I had given some labs on Thursday, and I had to bring in a sample, a stool sample. Anyway, I had to bring that in. So on Friday morning, I woke up. I had to work. I mean, I can't, So I had taken some Advil on Friday to kind of get through the day, and I didn't feel terrible. I felt just uncomfortable. I kept saying that, like I had a hunger pain, but it was misplaced. Like it was not a location where I would normally feel a hunger pain. And I do have a high tolerance for pain. So, when I was at the clinic, I had dropped off my stool sample and was leaving. When I was at the clinic, they called me and said, hey, Dr. Mindy, who's my doctor, saw your labs from yesterday. She wants you to give new labs, as soon as possible. I said, well, I'm actually just pulling out of the clinic. Should I turn around and come in right now? And they're like, yes, absolutely. Okay. So I turned around, came back in, gave blood, and went back home. And this was on Friday. The 8th. So I was home for maybe an hour, and they called me, and my doctor had waited. She was off Thursday and Friday, but she had waited to see those labs, and she said call her and tell her to come to the emergency room right away. The original plan from the nurse practitioner was to have me wait until Monday and have an MRI because in their words, they told Mindy I felt fine. Well, I didn't feel fine, but I wasn't like at a 9 or a 10 in pain either. So anyway, emergency room. I was a couple hours from being septic. I was turning jaundice. They transferred me via ambulance to Appleton, which I was totally fine. Like, I could have driven in a car. It would have been fine. But anyway, to Appleton. They put me on IV antibiotics immediately. And then in Appleton, they tried a procedure on Saturday called an ERCP. But because of previous surgery I had, that didn't work. So then they transferred me to a hospital in Neenah, where they brought in another surgeon to help the other surgeon, and they did a robotic-assisted ERCP that then did work. That happened on Sunday. So basically what happened is the bile duct, I think it's called your central bile duct, from like coming out of my liver was infected. They don't know who, how, what, why. That's one of the issues here, is that nobody knows why it happened or if it could happen again. But it was dilated and infected, and all the bile was backing up into my liver. It wasn't leaving my liver. So prepare yourselves. This is, it was gross to me, but they said, so when they went in there and opened it up, it just gushed out with like pus and debris and bile and all the things. So then Monday, I was supposed to be released right away in the morning, but they pulled labs, and my hemoglobin, this is the key, I think, to my headache. My hemoglobin was just under where it was supposed to be when I had an appointment in May. Just my annual appointment. It was 11.3. I think it's supposed to be 11.5. So not a big deal. No big deal. Well, when they did my labs that morning, on Monday morning, it was 6.9. And the entire time I was in the hospital, I kept saying, my head hurts so bad. Can I have something? And because of surgeries and things, you can't really have anything. And anyway, so I hardly slept at all because my head hurt so bad that I couldn't sleep. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, they ended up coming in and, doing a type and cross, and then ended up giving me some blood. And then they waited a little bit, did another blood draw. It had come up to 8. From 6.9 to 8. And so with that, they'll let you leave. They won't let you leave if it's under 7.5 or something. I can't remember. 7.5. So anyway, so at that point, they sent me home, and I had headaches today is the 5th day that I woke up. So I had headaches pretty much the first week when I came home. And then I think it was Monday or Tuesday of this week that I finally woke up without a headache, and I have been headache free ever since. So I did some research on my own with that and found out that if your hemoglobin is really low, you're not getting oxygen to your organs, and one of the things that can affect is your head and headaches. So at least I feel like I've made kind of some sense of that it was already low when I went in on Thursday, and it just got lower, which explains to me why my headache just got worse and worse and worse throughout the thing. But anyway, so that is what happened. I came home on Monday. Of course, I worked on Tuesday, but my work has been great about it. This is more me just not wanting other people to have to take on my work. So I would work a couple hours, rest a couple hours, work a couple hours, rest a couple hours the first couple days, and then I worked my way up to full days this week. And I was supposed to be in Ohio last week. We pushed it off to this coming week, so I leave tomorrow. So that is the general gist of what occurred and the time frame in which it occurred. So last weekend, I think, is when I finally got caught up on all the vlogs, got it edited, got it uploaded, and I'll probably just do a couple of days today, knowing that this is probably a pretty long clip. I'll probably just do a couple of days, and then we'll get it uploaded, so that you guys that aren't on Instagram know what's going on. So I appreciate so much the love and support from you guys. I can't even tell you. I have never had so many. Eventually, I had to post on Instagram because I was getting lots of messages saying, "Are you okay? We haven't seen you. What's going on?" Da, da, da. And I so appreciate that you guys care enough to notice when I'm not around. So I did post here and there as I could on Instagram. After my first procedure, it was just like, breathe in, go to sleep. So I come out of that fairly quickly. The second procedure put me full under, and I didn't pop out of that quite so quickly. So I think it took me a little longer to update after that one. But Bob doesn't really do the updates and things, so that's not his cup of tea. So anyway, there you go. That is the update. I did try to keep it short as possible. There's a lot of stuff in between that. So currently I'm doing follow-ups every Friday, Monday, depending on what's happening. They're taking blood, doing liver panel. They did do a CBC, not this week, but last week, and it was up to like 9.7. So that's definitely an improvement. And, you know, just hopefully it just continues to get better. I think they check my CBC again in a week or so, something like that. I have an MRI scheduled for towards the end of August to check, to make sure that everything is still good and nothing's building back up again, because they don't really know the why. So I did finally send a message to my doctor, her name is Mindy, yesterday, and said, hey, can you just call me? Because part of the issue where I feel sort of unsettled about this is that I never talked to the same doctor twice. Even in follow-ups, I was scheduled with a follow-up of somebody within the office, and on the 15th, I had to push that back. But on the first, I'm scheduled with the follow-up with my surgeon that did the surgery, but it's actually somebody else. It's not actually him. So I don't really understand why. But anyway, so she is great, and she called me last night, and I was able to talk to her for about 15 minutes. Mostly I wanted to know, did I do something to cause this? And she said, absolutely not. There's nothing that you did to do this. I said, is there anything I can do to prevent this? And she was like, yeah, no. And I said, will it happen again? And she said, maybe. So I don't really like that, obviously. I just have to, you know, be really cognizant of changes that I'm noticing in, you know, my body, I guess. So I'm trying to be really good about making sure I'm taking my temperature, and I have been doing my best to I've been going to bed earlier than normal, between 7 and 7:30, and sleeping till about 5. So I'm definitely getting extra sleep. I'm a little concerned about this week that it's going to tire me out because it is a long one. Something was supposed to be happening this week that's not. So anyway, that's at some point I'll be able to fill you guys in on that. But I leave tomorrow and I don't come home till Friday, so it's a 5-night trip, which is just really long considering. So yeah, I just have to be careful, make sure I'm getting the rest and eating as well as I can to fuel my body, and yeah, so there you go. That's what's going on. Like I said, I was just checking my earphones to make sure that they're charged so I can get them in my bag here. That is the general gist of what has gone on. And yeah, I'm just thankful to be feeling better. I'm thankful to have that my doctor just happened to be there to check on things, and that they asked her because they were going to have me wait till Monday, and had I waited much longer, it could have been really bad. So I'm super thankful that it wasn't really bad. But yeah, and you know, Bob held up pretty well through all of it, and thankfully, my parents were here. Had it happened a week later, they would have been gone to family reunion that I wasn't already able to go to. But anyway, we missed a camping trip. We were supposed to camp the weekend after, or actually the Wednesday after my surgery. So I came home Monday. We were supposed to leave that Wednesday for camping. We obviously did not do that. Our friends went ahead and camped, but we did not. So that was kind of a bummer. We did drive there that day to have lunch with them. I slept, I'm not kidding, the entire way there and then the entire way back. It was probably not the best plan, but I needed to get out of the house and just, like be in some fresh air for a little bit. So we went there, sat at the campsite for about 10 minutes, went and ate someplace, dropped her back off, and then we left. But it was good for Bob to be able to get out. And anyway, so yeah. Oh, I know. I was like, how did I even get there? My parents, because like I said, my mom was retired RN. She was with me the whole time. So like when the doctors would come out and explain something, they would just talk to her because she speaks their language, So I'm very, very, very thankful that they were able to be with me. My dad is just an amazing support to me always, as is my mom. And my mom, like I said, has that RN knowledge, and Bob was there as well. So, and our friends were great about checking in, and it just, yeah, anyway, we're going to move on. So, henceforth, we're done now talking about it. It's about 10 after 10. I need to go just grab a couple of things from Aldi. I need to get Bob's vegetables ready to go. He's going to grill himself up some pork chops and hamburgers, so he'll be covered for this week, so I don't have to try to do that. I'm really just packing, running this errand. I need to run to the post office, and that's going to be that, and I'm just going to chill the rest of the day. We went out for dinner last night with Heidi, Jamie, and the girls, which was a lot of fun, but really tiring for me. So, yeah, we're just going to chill out today. And I'm not sure if we're going to order pizza or Chinese. One or the other, I think that's what the plan is for dinner. So, all right, I'm going to go, and I will check in with you guys a little bit later.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Monday, July 25th, 4:30 in the afternoon. Just getting home from work. Kristin asked if I would do a garden update, and I told you all I would do one too. I'm in the house right now. Before I take you out to the garden, I just want to talk about a few things. We've just come off a very hot and dry week. Last week the temperatures were in the 90s. We had no rain until Saturday. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, early Sunday morning. We had pretty good storms come through. South of here had some damage. They were really bad south of here, so prayers out for those folks. Hopefully they're all okay and getting things put back together. But here we pretty much just had thunder, lightning, and rain. And talking to one of my neighbors in church yesterday, he said that we got about 1.25 inches of rain between Saturday night and Sunday morning, and he just lives down around the corner from us here. So I'm assuming if he had that much rain in his yard, we had that much here. So well-needed rain. This week has started out a little on the cooler side. The humidity is left. Supposed to be a pretty gorgeous week here in northeastern Wisconsin for this week, for this time of the year. So kind of looking forward to that, especially at work. But as far as the garden goes, as I stated in earlier videos, not everything from the seed part of it, not everything came up. The stuff that did come up, I am very happy with. Most of the stuff I planted from plants, tomatoes and stuff like that, they're doing very well. Peppers, a few onions, cauliflower and broccoli did not turn out this year. I think I had a rabbit in my garden, and they pretty much took care of all the cauliflower and broccoli this year. And I'm okay with that because it really wasn't doing as well as it did last year. I bought the plants from a different place this year than I did last year, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But they weren't doing as well this year as they were that last year, so I'm okay with it. And we'll just get broccoli and cauliflower in the store when we eat them. It's not like we eat that stuff every day. But so yeah, I mean the garden itself, the corn, some of the corn stalks are starting to tassel out, and I'll show you that when we go outside. What that usually means is once the tassels start forming, the stalk is done growing. And then all the energy is focused on making the cob now, or two. Some sweet corn plants, stalks will give you 2 cobs. So for the most part, the stalks are done. They're not as tall as I had a couple of years ago, but I'm okay with as tall as they are. They're about 5 foot on average, most of them. So that'll be plenty good enough as long as they can support the cobs. When the cobs start forming, they're doing all right. My potatoes are doing fantastic. I'm on the eye for bugs. I did dust them a week ago, so I'll probably give them another dusting later this week just to prevent the bugs from even coming in the first place. I have seen a few Japanese beetles around, and I kind of flick them off the corn. They've been mainly on the corn, so I've been flicking them off the corn. So when it was dry last week, I did water the garden. But what's amazing to me is I get it in the garden. I'm not too concerned about the weeds anymore because the plants are big enough to support themselves. So I don't really concern myself too much with the weeds this time of year anymore. And even though I watered the garden, so I kind of understand it, but like in the lawn, we have an underground sprinkling system, Kristin and I choose not to turn it on. I don't want to spend money. Water rates in our town here are very expensive to water the lawn. So what I just do is I just don't cut it as often. So I'm actually saving money there. With premium gas, I have to use in my lawnmower at over $5 a gallon. I basically have to cut it every other week now. So, and I'm happy with that. I enjoy cutting lawn, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a problem not doing it either. So, but what's amazing is as dry as it was, the lawn doesn't grow much, but the weeds. The weeds grow no matter how dry or how hot it is. the weeds just continue to grow. And it's just something that always amazes me, how that happens. And, you know, if I didn't give the garden water, you know, stuff just wouldn't grow if it got to be that dry. So, but again, we did receive a nice rainfall. It's supposed to be a little cooler this week. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast this week. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And if we don't, you know, towards the end of the week, I may have to give the garden a shot of water again to keep everything moist. But the cool weather should help as far as keeping the moisture in the ground. And but I know the plants themselves, they like the warmer weather. But I mean, it's still supposed to be in the upper 70s to low 80s here all week, and only down into the upper 50s to low 60s at night. So not terribly cold, but nice and comfortable for doing, you know, work and things like that. So, well, we'll walk you out to the garden and we'll show you how everything is progressing. All right, here we are outside in the garden. I can show you that our peppers are starting to come along. I have picked a couple of peppers already, but you can see on this plant here, I've got some more forming. I picked 2 off of that plant last week, so hopefully we'll get some more. I see some more buds coming. This one's starting to get buds. This one hasn't budded yet. That's okay. It stretches it out. My lettuce, nice and leafy. I've already harvested 1 crop already. I'll probably wait till Kristin's gone this week, so I'll probably wait till she comes home before I cut any more, because otherwise it would just go to waste. My cucumber plants, you can see the plants themselves are doing fantastic, and they're starting to get blossoms now. So anytime we should start getting cucumbers on our plants here. So I have a few onions coming up. They're not, you know, very sporadic this year. They didn't come up very well. So, and tomatoes. Wow, look at this one. I didn't realize this, but that's a dark tomato. So these are the cherry tomatoes that I planted. They're starting to get a lot of tomatoes on. There's another different. That one's starting to get a few little ones on. I believe this one's called the Midnight Snack. So I guess maybe it's a true grape tomato. So, and then moving over here, the Roma. You can start seeing there's tomatoes down there on the Roma plant. And then these here, the Wisconsin 55s, is the brand of tomatoes. And these, we've already actually harvested 1 tomato off of these plants already last week. And I think Kristin ate it for lunch on Saturday. Said it was very good. So, but you can see we're starting to get a lot of tomatoes are starting to come. So I would say within a couple of weeks we'll probably start the canning process again, making our own canned tomatoes. So we'll start that in a couple weeks. So that's coming along. There's my only, well, I have 2. I have 1. I think those are both broccoli, I believe. That one never did materialize. It actually looks better now than it did a week ago. This one is starting to grow. Those are the only 2 out of 6 that I have left out of the broccoli. So, and cauliflower. I don't remember which one is which. I'd have to look at my notebook to let you know. So, and then up here we have the potatoes and the corn, you know. So like I said, now, well, look at here. There's a little bugger right on there, right on the leaves. So that's the kind of stuff I gotta watch for. I start seeing a lot of that, and I'm starting to see holes in the leaves. So I maybe might not, well, I mean, I don't like to do it more than once every 10 days, and it was just a week ago Monday when I did it. So maybe I'll hold off till Wednesday unless I really start seeing them chewing. But yeah, there's definitely bugs getting in here. I'm starting to see holes in some of the leaves, and that's usually your first sign of bugs, is potato bugs, is if you start seeing holes in your leaves on your potato plants. So all right, and then moving on to the corn. So you can see the stuff that did come up is doing fairly well. I'm satisfied with what I got. But here's what I was talking about, the tassel. So this stalk here is already tasseling out, and what that usually means, once that happens, the stalk itself is done growing. So, and then here you're starting to see the formation of the corn cob that's starting. So now these plants here that are tasseled out, all the energy from the stalk now is going to be focused on making the cobs, so that we'll have sweet corn to eat here in a couple of weeks. So, all right, there, yeah. See here's one of those Japanese beetles I was telling you about. See that little guy right there? Yeah, you just flick them off of there. Here's another one. Yeah. So, I mean, they're not terrible. You know, I mean, you can see, look what they did to that leaf on that corn plant there. So, I mean, they can do damage if you don't, and there's really no pesticide or anything that you can do to stop them from coming. They'll come, and hopefully they just don't hang around long enough to chew your plants till there's nothing left. And that's what I watch for. So a lot of times what I'll do is if I see a lot of them and there's really starting to do a lot of damage, I'll just bring my water hose up here with the spray nozzle and I just spray the heck out of the corn plants, and that usually shoos them away for a couple of days anyway. So, all right, yeah, and like I said, you can see the weeds. I mean, this is mainly all grass here, you know, and this grows up because of the fact that, you know, I haven't cut my lawn in a week. So when I cut the grass, this will all get knocked down. But yeah, it's amazing how that stuff all grows. You know, and again, this is the garden, so the garden gets water. But like the grass, I mean, we're starting to get a little slight hint of brown in there. So I'm hoping, you know, the rain that we got Saturday night will bring it back. But, you know, if I don't cut it, it should still be okay. And even if it does turn a little brown, it'll come back. So, all right. That's the update for the garden, and we'll keep you posted as we start getting stuff to eat out of the garden. We'll keep you posted. Like I said, we've already had some lettuce. It's very good. So we're looking forward to getting some more of that. It does look kind of rough though, so a little wilty. We'll have to see when I cut it. We'll have to see what it looks like. But there should still be some good stuff in there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the cucumbers. And like I said, I picked a couple peppers already. Tomatoes are coming. So we'll have tomatoes here shortly, especially the cherry ones. I would say within a week, or by the time Kristin gets home, we may have some. She may have fresh cherry tomatoes to eat. So, all right, that's the update on the garden. See you later. Take care, everybody.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. I'm trying to go where there's a little bit better lighting. I'm in Ohio. A very long travel day yesterday. I did leave the camera at home. By the way, I'm on my phone. Because Bob was going to do a garden update. So I was hopeful I was just going to do a couple of days and then get this uploaded. But I wanted to leave that for him. So I will do that and just work on it this weekend. So anyway, long travel day yesterday. I got here, my room wasn't ready, so I went and got a pedicure, came back, had to wait about 10 more minutes, and then was able to get in my room. But I went to bed by 7:30 last night, and aside from the tornado alarm that went off on my phone early morning, it's fine, just saying. I slept until it was about 5:30. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same today. I do have a conversation, like a video conversation with a gal that's interested in signing up for Red Aspen tonight when I get back. So I'm gonna do that, but other than that, I'm grabbing something to eat. I think tonight I will plan on taking it easy too, and then I'm gonna have dinner with some coworkers, I think one day this week, so we will just see how it goes. But anyway, let me show you. Oh, face of the day. I can't even remember what the lid shade I have on is. It's from it's a random single, I can't remember. And then I use the Naked Mini 2, like from eons ago. I've packed those to try to use those up a little bit, or to use for a while until I toss them on the rest of my eyes. So nothing. And then this is Jaclyn Hill Be Brave over Jaclyn Hill Macaroon. Her lips are on sale, so I might go to Ulta tonight on my way back, because there's 3 of the lip liners that I want to get. I just like her lip liners. I can't tell right now which I like better, the Red Aspen lip liners, the new ones we released, or these ones. I'm leaning toward Red Aspen as far as longevity, but there's obviously just a lot. I think we have 7, and I don't even know how many the Jaclyn Hill lip line has, but there's a lot. So there's pluses and minuses to both. But anyway, all right. I'll show you my outfit of the day. It's not too exciting though. Right. So I am just wearing some white linen pants. I got these at Old Navy last year, and these Franco Sarto sandals. You've seen me wear 100 times. And then the shirt, I think, is from Old Navy. I like it, or not from Old Navy, from Lane Bryant. I like it because it has a little fun in this. And then these earrings. Put this back up. I've had these for so long, but every time I wear them, I get compliments on them. They're from Jewel Mint from like eons ago. And actually, not that long ago, the stones just released from the glue. So I have re-glued them. But it was funny, on the same day they both released. It was like the glue was like, nope, we're done, too long. All right, I'm gonna go and I will see you guys. Probably.